Hello, I'm here today with Mr. Dave Kidder from Republic Services, Allied Waste.
Correct.
And we're going to be talking about the new recycling, well actually the automated trash system that will be coming to North Ridgeville. Dave, when do you expect the new cans to be delivered to residents?
The containers scheduled for delivery is the week of March 21st and ending sometime the week of March 28th. During that 2-week period of time, we should have all the trash and all the recycle carts delivered to every home in the city, which totals about 22,000 carts between a trash and a recycle cart. The standard trash container is a 95-gallon container, which is right behind me here. And the seniors will be delivered a 65-gallon trash container, a little smaller size. Typically they generate less trash, so we're going to start out with that. So the standard one will be the 95. Those seniors that are listed on our, that we have a list of, we will deliver the 65-gallon trash cart, and everybody in town will also be delivered the 65-gallon green recycling cart. So the standard size for recycling is 65-gallon for everybody, and there are 2 different sizes of trash carts.
Okay, great. And if there's any concerns at not fitting, what should the residents do?
Well, I think you're going to find that in one of these cans will hold what used to be 3 to 4 cans sitting in your garage. This 95-gallon cart will easily fit into the spaces that you used to have for 3 or 4 cans. Both of these cans should fit in easily in most cases in most households.
Great. And the recycling containers, can you tell us what is recyclable in North Ridgeville?
Sure. The difference with the new program compared to the old blue bag program is we will continue to take the standard materials like your glass bottles and jars, your plastics 1 and 2, your newspapers, and your steel and aluminum cans. In addition to that, because everything will be going into this cart, we will also take old corrugated or cardboard boxes, we'll take cereal boxes, things like clean pizza boxes. In addition to that, we'll take magazines and junk mail, and all of those items can go into the green cart commingled. None of it has to be bagged. If a resident would like to bag it, that's fine. However, there's no need to bag those materials. So all those items, as I said, the glass, the cans, the numbers 1 and 2 plastics, and your magazines, newspapers, cardboard boxes, cereal boxes, and clean pizza boxes can all go in this container, which will dramatically reduce the amount of material that you will put in your trash container.
Great. Is there anything that we cannot recycle?
Well, things like contaminated containers, certain plastic containers like containers that have oil or had motor oil in them, or a pesticide or antifreeze, those types of containers need to continue to go in the trash container because they are not recyclable. And then your 3 through 7 plastics, we are still, at this point in time, we are not including in our recycling program. However, when we upgrade our equipment at our facility in New Russia Township within the next 12 months, we will add 3 through 7 plastics to the materials that the residents can put in the green container. And that should happen within the next 12 months.
Great. And all of the plastics are labeled at the bottom. I just wanted to show the residents real quick. They can be found at the bottom. There's a triangle, number 1.
And anything that's 1 and 2 that's not contaminated or had no contaminated material in it, they can put in the green container.
Great, that's wonderful. We have a couple other examples up here. Glass.
Yes.
And metal, the lids as well?
The lid is fine. We would prefer on the glass that the lid be removed. But the metal container, or the metal lid, can go in the recycling container.
So just separately?
Yes.
Just separately?
Yes.
Great. And we also have pot cans, aluminum cans, all of this type paperboard where it's crushed that you mentioned before. These are just a couple examples. The pot bottles, the food containers, salad dressings, just look on the bottom for those little triangles and you'll be able to successfully recycle.
Correct. You know, one of the things we hear is at Christmas time, how do I get rid of everything? Well, what we found by including these recycling carts in this program, all your gift boxes, your wrapping paper, all of those items can be put in the green cart. So Christmas really has no major impact on your trash container. You may completely fill your recycling container, however, because all those items that were under the Christmas tree, other than the gifts themselves, can go into this green recycling container and limit the amount of trash that you're putting out.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What if I would, as a resident, would like an additional trash can or an additional recycling can? How do I do that?
We've seen so far that is very limited if people utilize the recycling container to its fullest. Very few, if any, would need a second cart. However, if someone has a very large family and we have to make arrangements for a second trash container of the large size, we can make that happen.
Wonderful. Thank you. Can you explain what Recycle Bank is and how that's going to work for residents?
Sure. Recycle Bank is a name of a company that Allied Waste partnered with 3 to 4 years ago that offers incentive rewards, points, like an American Express points, for people who recycle. And the way it works is the recycling container will have a chip on it, and it'll have the address of the homeowner in that chip. So when we empty that recycling container, the address of the homeowner will be recorded by the equipment in the truck, and then when we're completely fill the truck up and take the truck to the recycling center and dump it, we will weigh the material first, get total weight, and then divide that total weight by all the households that recycled that day. And everyone will receive points from Recycle Bank for discounts at local merchants, restaurants, grocery stores, gift shops. We're still working on local merchants in North Ridgeville. And Recycle Bank will go through town, or a representative from Recycle Bank will go through town and talk to the local merchants, but they also have some national merchants like Dick's Sporting Goods, Coca-Cola, Bed Bath & Beyond that are partners and offer discounts for Recycle Bank points.
Great, that's great. So residents can actually earn money by recycling.
Residents can earn as much as a couple $100s a year in discounts by actively putting their recycle container out on a weekly basis and getting credit for the volume that we pick up that week.
Great. And the last question I have for you, what about yard waste? Has that changed?
Yard waste actually hasn't really changed, because in Ridgeville we've been collecting yard waste separately for several years. The difference and what residents need to do is put their yard waste in a brown paper bag, specifically grass clippings, in a brown paper bag, so that material, instead of going to a landfill, will go to a compost facility in Avon. And that way the material is not dumped in a landfill where it's going to sit forever. And then, of course, your small branches and things like that can still be cut and bundled without being in a brown paper bag, and we will take all that on a weekly basis beginning April 1st, and that runs through November 30th. Then also from the last week of October through, I believe, the last week of November, if residents have plastic bags of leaves out, we will pick those up. They will go to the landfill. Anything in a plastic bag would be required to go to the landfill. However, for that 4-week period of time, from the end of October to the end of November, plastic bags of leaves will be collected by our crews separately.
Okay. Oh, I do have one more question. What about larger items that people might not be able to put in these, that they can't find homes for through, the Goodwill or other places like that? What are their other options?
Well, what the city and Allied has worked out is a schedule to pick up furniture, appliances, things of carpeting if necessary, things like that. We can television sets, things like that. We will pick up on a monthly basis, 12 times a year, the first full work week of each month. So any week that starts or month that starts on a Monday, on the regular scheduled pickup day in Ridgeville that week, we will pick up those large items basically 12 times a year, which seems to be more than adequate for most residents that might have a washing machine or a television set or an old piece of furniture that they need to get rid of.
Great. All right, well, thank you very much for answering all of these questions, Dave. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll all have a successful transition to this new automated trash system in North Ridgeville.
Thank you for allowing me to be on the program.